It has been so rainy lately. It is the perfect weather to cozy up and crochet. Hi, my name is America. Welcome to Cozy Girly Corner. So this rainy weather has put me in the mood to crochet, and I want to make a sweater that has been on my mind for a while now. I actually bought the yarn for it a while back because this has been something that I have been thinking about. It is a crochet granny square sweater that has been very trendy for a little while now. Everyone's been making this sweater, and so it's not like this new groundbreaking thing, but I've really been wanting to make my own. So in this video, I'm going to try to do that. I will show you guys the kind of yarn that I'm going to use, the color palette, the inspiration, and the video that I will be following. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So first, I'll show you guys the yarn that I bought. Here is my yarn haul. This is the color Hazel. Then there's this pretty green color called Leaf. Another green, and this one is called Sage. And then this pink color called Light Mauve. I never know how to say that word. So this sweater is very much inspired by all things spring and by the color palette that I have been obsessed with lately. I've been making everything in this color palette, I feel like, and I'm not mad about it. So let me show you guys the color combination that I have come up with. I actually ended up not using one of the skeins, one of the colors, and switching it out for a richer brown color. I just felt like it matched better with the color palette. And as you guys know, sometimes the way a color looks online is not what you see in real life. And I feel like when I saw these colors all together in real life, it just wasn't what I was envisioning. So I did switch out the color Hazel for this rich brown color that I've had for a while and I continue to use. It's just such a pretty brown. I wanted to show you guys the inspiration that I was finding on my Pinterest. There was a lot of these like granny square sweaters that I was liking. At first it was just these huge like one panel or two panel ones. And then I saw these with multiple panels on there and they were everywhere. I was seeing everyone make these and I was just so obsessed. So these are what inspired me to make this sweater. I started to look for tutorials because I really wanted to make sure I did this one correctly. I found this tutorial right here and I will be linking it down below. So I was struggling to figure out how, like, the pattern that I wanted to use. I'd seen a lot of like inspiration pictures on Pinterest of people's granny squares with similar colors. And although I did like some, like I really thought I was going to use this color palette right here. I ended up not doing that. I'll show you guys what I came up with. This is the color palette that I came up with. It's this brown, pink, green color combination. Right now, the way that, like, I made it this size because according to the video that I'm watching, first of all, she did 8 rows, I believe. I gotta go back and check. But her sweater was pretty oversized. I don't want mine that oversized. I want it to fit a little bit smaller. So I stopped at 6 and I'm just gonna keep making every square in this color, and then if I feel like I need more rows, I can just add more. I feel like if anything, we'll end up going with this green on the outside, and I don't know, I don't see it being any bigger than this. In the video, the girl, she does her granny squares a little bit different than me. And I was going to do it the way she did it because I wanted it to turn out the same way as her. But then I just started crocheting and it just kind of went on autopilot, and I just started doing my granny squares the way I usually do. And so then I just kept going because I didn't feel like unraveling my work. I was like, it should turn out the same. I'm using a 5.5mm hook and very loose tension. So it's going to be very loose fitting, very soft, very flowy, I hope. I'm just assuming right now, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start crocheting some more of these squares. It is actually working up so fast. I have 3 squares already completed. I need 12 crochet granny squares for this project, so I'm gonna go finish making all 12 in this pattern, and then depending on how big it is or how small it is, we'll add some more rows to it. I am so excited to keep working on this. It's working up so fast, like I said, and it's so fun. The colors are so pretty. I'm just very excited, especially with this gloomy and cozy weather. It has just been very fun to sit back and crochet. So let's go get started on some more of these squares. Get this cute mug that my mom got me, and it has the psalm right here on the side. She always finds the cutest things. I finished these last night, and like I said, it is working up so fast. So I'm just laying them out here to kind of see how big the front panel is going to be. So far it looks fine. I measured it, it's about 23 inches, I believe. So I think it should be big enough, but of course I can always go back and add an extra row. I think that would be a bit overkill, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep making the next 6 squares like this. finished 10 of the squares and I just need 2 more to go. It has still been so rainy, so stormy, so I'm ready to finish these 2 squares. It's gonna be so much fun. It's Saturday and it's rainy and it's the perfect day for a cheesy rom-com, and I'm choosing one of my favorites, which is You've Got Mail. I feel like this is one of the coziest movies that you can watch. I love the bookshops, the flowers, the coffee shops, the enemies to lovers. It's just so perfect. So I finished all 12 squares pretty quickly, and here I was trying to get like a really pretty shot of them, and I don't know what happened, but I ended up doing that. So I don't know what that was all about. Anyways, I laid them out to see how big each panel would be, and I was satisfied with the size, so I just went ahead and started stitching them together. I like to use stitch markers to put all the squares together just so I don't lose my place, because it's very easy for me to get confused when I'm putting granny squares together. Here was the first try on, and I was very disappointed about it. So I posted on my story and asked people if I should just frog this. Everyone said it was salvageable. So I tried it on again. I was still confused as to what I needed to do to save this, and I kind of thought the only way to fix this was to make the squares bigger, which everyone agreed with pretty much. So I had to take the whole thing apart and make the squares bigger, which was fine because I was not content with it this way. So that's what I'm doing right here. Here are the finished panels. So as you can see, I only added 1 row of green in between. I used the join as you go method and it went by super fast. Woo, we are so close. I've been working on green for a minute now, like, where is it? I did a green border at the top, and then this green for the sleeve, and then this green continuing the sleeve, and I'm switching back and forth from each sleeve, so I'm working with one color for a while, but I'm just so excited to finally get to the brown, because for a long time I was working with pink, for a long time I was working with green with both of these, and now I'm finally getting to this brown color, and I'm just excited to have a break from these 3 colors.